Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome to another video. So today we're gonna discuss more about how to apply for a cruise ship job and basically everything you need to get there, and how many money you're gonna need and what documents you're gonna need, and adjust your CV and all the kind of good stuff. So let's get down to it. So many of you ask me how to apply for cruise ship job. If you live here anywhere in Serbia, Bulgaria, Macedonia. I'm from Skopje, Macedonia. So you can apply throughout these companies. They are like spread all over the country. They've been really nice to me, very helpful, and I'm gonna do them a favor and gonna put their link in the description below. I applied for Carnival Cruise Line as my first job back in 2016, and there was this company that helped me a lot. For about $100 they done all the documents and everything that I need required. So all I need to do was make my CV done for the job that I was applying. So I was applying for photographer, for example, and the thing is, I never worked here as a photographer, only as a freelance photographer. So the companies, the cruise ship companies, they need something, they need to see something that you have worked here. So all I did, made a fake document that I've been working here. So everything they're gonna need is the signature of the company that you've been working for. I completed my CV. I wrote everything I've been working before, and that in the middle, or like my last, not in the middle, like my last job, I was working as a photographer for a couple of years. So, and I was never working for a photographer a couple of years. So, and then you have this letter. Then you need to ask from any company. Doesn't need to be a photographer company or anything. Actually, I was applying through a company that is web developing. So, and the letter says Philip was engaging as a photographer for all company events during the period of May until September in 2 years advance. We're extremely pleased with his work and planning to using his photos as an extensive marketing campaigns. So basically what it says here, I was working for them and they use my content to sell my photos, and I was working for them. So, but I never done that. But you need to, in their eyes, they need to see that you've been working for a company. Now, while I was working on Carnival Cruise Line, I wanted to change department because photo was too catastrophic for me. There were a lot of tensions, and managers were like awful because it's like here the cleaners of the ship and we are photographers like here, so not a big difference. So here it is. While I was there, I wanted to move to shore excursion, and I was working in the hotel back in 2012 as my first job after school, after I finished school. So this letter, it says I was working as a receptionist. It's Hotel Continental. I know the general manager there, so he wrote me a letter as I was working there for like 1 year. Unfortunately, because it's a big process, I was not able to get this job. But yes, I done 2 fake documents. Bruh. So let's start from the beginning. When you're applying, you need your passport, right? Your CV, and you go to these companies. I'm gonna name them in the description below. So the second company this helped me with Princess, with the Princess Cruise Line, it's called asteria.mk. So very nice people. They helped me a lot. They done all the documents for about $100 that I pay them for their service. They done all the things that need to be done, including my visa, my papers, everything that need to be done. It's done. You need to done medical. All the cruise ships require this document. What are the costs to apply for a cruise job? So first thing first, it's $100 for their services. It's $200 for, here you can see the visa, there it is, and medical. So on my first, when I was applying for a Carnival Cruise Line, the medical was around $50, so nothing at all. I go there, I did the medical, no problem at all. But here, it's $350 for Princess Cruise Line. Yeah. But I paid $300 for this one, $200 for this one, and $100 for their service, so that's like $600. But when I was applying for Carnival, I get less. I paid less for the medical, but guess what? I paid the ticket, and Princess Cruise Line, they're paying my own ticket, which is like $1,000. So that's the difference between companies where you're applying. If you're applying for this company, maybe you're gonna pay less for something. And yeah, Carnival refunded my visa expenses, so $200 they give it back, which I spent for the visa. So how they apply it? You go to this company, Asteria, they're gonna help you with everything. You're just gonna give them their CV. They're gonna you're gonna give them the CV and the letter that you worked for a company, and you need to do the interview, right? So there's a Skype interview I done in Skopje here. For Carnival, I was driving to Beograd. It's like 500 kilometers away from Skopje. But here I did it, it was face to face, but here I did it in Skype interview. So cut the expenses there. Okay, so the next question is what to apply for. So depends. I was working as a freelance photographer, of course. I bought my first camera back in 2011-2012 when I was like 18 or 19 years old. It was my first purchase after I started working, because I love photography back then, and I admire all my friends having the Canons and bigger cameras, and I wanted one of my own. So I was shooting car events, I also done BMX for 4 years, so I was shooting extreme sports as well, filming with my friends, film cars, film car shows, yeah, take picture of people, portraits, and all the good stuff. The story all behind this, how I applied for my job. I was working in this burger shop, right? And I don't like the job at all, because I was working delivery guy, I was also behind the counter, I was also flipping burgers, making burgers, like everything. The girl I was working there with, she was like crying one day, and I was like, what's wrong? You know, my boyfriend just got this cruise ship job, he's leaving, he's blah blah blah. And I was like, what? Tell me again. So she's like, he applied for a cruise ship job, and the day finally came for him to leave. So and he's coming today, and I'm like, okay, I need to talk to him. So he comes and he explained me some stuff. He explained me about this Miami site and where they're located. So the very next day I just like went there. I knocked on the door with the CV, and I'm like, and the first thing I remember, like, this girl that was working there, she was like very rude, like, oh, why you're here, what do you want? And I was like, I want to work for a cruise ship. And okay, so what you got? Well, what have you been working? And I told her I was working few stuff, but nothing really special, because I was just starting to work. I had like 19 years, I think, yeah. So okay, so your CV, I'm like, I have my CV with me. Okay, so what have you been working? In burger shop. So they don't have any job applications for burger shop, and I'm like, I was gonna do anything, I gonna be cleaner, I just wanna go there and experience something new. And she's like, I wouldn't recommend for you to be cleaner or steward or whatever. And I was like, and she's like, are you doing something else, like hobby on something? I'm like, yeah, I ride bike, I do photography. Okay, so she's like, they need photographers on a cruise ship. So I'm like, what I'm gonna be doing there, because I don't know nothing about cruise ship, I don't know nothing about this job, absolutely nothing. I don't know even how they look like. I did zero research about anything. So she's like, okay, we're gonna apply this and that, you're gonna take pictures, but you need to bring me a recommendation letter, which is this one. And I'm like, I never worked for anyone or anywhere. And she's like, find a solution. So yeah, I found a solution. So I've been to one studio and I asked him, listen, I need to apply for a cruise ship job, I need a recommendation letter that I was been working here, blah blah, if I need, I'm gonna pay you some money, just give me this recommendation letter. And the girl on the counter was like, okay, no problem. And she did this in like 5 minutes. And she did like, I've been working there for 10 years or something. So in a matter of months, I got the first interview. I remember it was for MSI, for Mediterranean Cruise Company. So the first interview was very tough. They are really strict. Their expectations are really high for a first time job interviews. So yeah, I failed the first one. Second one was for NCL, for Norwegian Cruise Line. So I've been there, and throughout all the interviews, all the people that were failing on the previous interviews, I was meeting them on the new interviews. So couple of people that I met there, they are now my friends. I meet them throughout the interviews from company to company. So for NCL, I did good. And she told me like, I'm not a photographer professional, so you need to do one more interview with a photographer professional, so he can see if you have knowledge for photography. And I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. So I'm sitting home, and this company in Miami was just telling me, listen, in Belgrade there is another interview for Carnival Cruise Line. I'm like, I applied for Norwegian. Well, and she's like, okay, until you're waiting for that interview, you can go to this one. Okay. So I went there in Belgrade. I done the interview, and the guy is like, congratulations, you get your job. I'm like, that easy? He asked me like, if you're a photographer, he asked me like, what is depth of field? And I'm like, when the background is blurred behind you, like it's not even professional way how you say it. And I'm like, the background is blurred and you are sharp. And he's like, oh yeah, great, you know something. And just like that, I got the job. It was like 2 minutes, 3 minutes interview. So yeah. So it's May, right? I go to my boss that was currently working. I told him, listen, I got this cruise ship job. I want to tell you in advance that I'm going to USA in next month. And he's like, okay, then do what you want to do. And he fires me just like that. The next day I'm without a job. So months, so there's July, there's June, there's July, and they're telling me like, you don't have ship for you next month. And the next month comes and they say like, there's no ship for you again next month. So I'm like home without a job for 7 or 8 months. And I was like furious, and suddenly I just want to go there and do my job. I want to experience this thing, and I just want to go away from home, like zero. This country is zero. So yeah, I got on the ship 17th of November. So I got the job in May, and I went on the ship in November, so 7 or 8 months, I don't know. So yeah, that's the process, guys, of how to go to the how I applied for a cruise ship and how I got the job. So that's all the expenses you need to have, that you're gonna need, I mean. So visa, medical, and recommendation letters are very important. And keep on smiling, be a good person, and I guarantee you're gonna get the job. So stay tuned for more. In my next video, I'm gonna tell you guys what you need to pack for all the essentials you're gonna need, and everything you think you're gonna need but you're gonna don't need at all. So stay tuned for the next video. I'm gonna see you there. Peace out.